Oh, I can hear you through the
Can you hear me? Hey guys. Yay.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh, there she is.
Hey guys.
Let me turn this down.
Yes, same.
Perfect. We have to fix our volume real quick. Perfect.
Hey everyone, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I love it. These weeks are rolling by. I can't believe it. It's 100 degrees out. It's going to be like 100 this weekend in Arizona. So it's now summer.
It's 100 degrees. Oh my God, girl.
I think it's going to be like 98 or something like that. I don't know, but we went out last night and went shopping and got some food or whatnot. And the place was like a ghost town almost. I feel like where normally it's like really packed to get just a spot on a, at a restaurant last minute. But like, wow, it's really, and yesterday was Cinco de Mayo too. And I expected Old Town to be super packed. And we almost had like I mean, it was still like, there was a lot of people, there was people out, but not nearly as much as, the previous week. So it's like right after like spring breaks over and then the heat kicks up and all the snow, we call them snowbirds in Arizona. They're here for the winter season and then they take off as soon as the heat kicks up. So now it's like,
smart.
we have like, so now we can get a table last minute without having to have a reservation.
Yeah. That's incredible.
But yeah, it just spikes up like so fast. And it's like, okay, now we're gonna be hot for the next like 6 months.
I love it. That's so fun.
Thank you guys for tuning in live with us. Say hello. Say hello. I'm gonna type this in. Say hello if you're here.
What up?
Okay, perfect. So we're gonna dive in and make this a short and sweet little Friday sort of little training for everybody that's in this process of growing their spiritual business, sharing their message or their gift online. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of this.
Are you okay?
My throat's a little scratchy.
I love that you're red, like total red, and I'm blue today. That's incredible.
Oh yeah, this is this is that 𝒟𝒾𝓃𝓾𝒾𝓃𝓄𝒾𝓃𝓄𝒾𝓃𝓃𝓃𝓃𝓃𝓃𝓃 kombucha. It's really good. Yeah. I have to. It's really high in sugar though, so I have to really limit it or sometimes dilute it with something. But
you should make your own. Good. Make your own. I had a friend that was making his own kombucha. So good, so fresh, really, really good.
I don't know. I'm like.
You're like, I want it store bought.
I've been trying to do not organic, overnight oats for like the past 3 weeks, and I still haven't even got to make my overnight oats yet. So I'm like determined to make them this weekend. So I have something in the morning that's just like that has some substance to it for after, and it's taken 3 weeks for me to make overnight oats. It's supposed to be like.
Maybe we'll skip on the kombucha making then, Sarah. I love it.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to take like 3 minutes to make these things, and I still haven't done it. So that's just how it is over here. So yeah, we wanted to dive into this. You guys were just in, talk about this beta. If you can't see the title, if you're on Instagram, it's why beta programs your BS in your spiritual business and what to do instead. And Vanessa and I are really big on this because we teach a really unique process inside Sacred Leader Academy, which actually helps you generate revenue and monetize so much quicker than doing a beta program. And we're just going to break down like the fundamentals of offering a beta program, especially for free or on the cheap, and how that is doing such a disservice for your spiritual business online. So for everybody that's not familiar, beta program is where you'll put out maybe like a test, quote unquote, test program. Maybe you're testing it to see if it's effective and you're letting people come through and test out your program. This is after you've built it out, or as you're building it out, and you allow them, you're still like trying to see if there's a market fit for it or whatnot, but you're allowing people into your program. Sometimes our clients come to us when they're having this idea in their head and they want to offer it for free. Others want to offer it at an extreme discount. Like let's say their program would normally be like a $2,000-$3,000 program. They're creating this beta program for like $200 or $300 for people to come through it. And this is like mind blown to me, like mind blown, like why anybody would want to do this. There's such an easier way in order, for you to create something that you will already know that already is a magnetic match to your soulmate clients that you're calling in, but also help you hit your revenue goals so much quicker and confirm that there's market fit without prostituting your prices and your energy and your time. And by the way, also calling in, if you're going to test your program with someone that's paying a tenth of what your normal program would cost, guess what? They don't have the same skin in the game as your program. They don't care about it as much. They're not motivated as much. And they're not even the ideal fit of who's going to actually be purchasing your higher end program at the end of the day. If you're giving it away for people at 200 and then you're basing your opinions and stuff off of people that are not going through the program with the same mentality and the same work ethic and the same level of self-responsibility that they would if they were actually invested in the program. So first off, you're testing it with people that are not ideal fits for you. That's number one. So that's number one. Second, and then we'll just bounce back and forth. There's so many things we're going to touch on. Some of this is energetics and some of this is pure strategy. What I just shared with you is obviously strategy. You're testing with people that are not even an ideal fit. Second, well, I guess we'll just touch on this right now. We favor and we teach and we have success and our clients have success with what we call our intuitive no build style, which is where before you build out anything, you already go straight to market with your full blown program at your full blown price. So our clients, for example, are enrolling clients at the multiple four-figure level, whether that be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. That's what they're founding members, which would normally be their beta testers if you were doing this in a beta style, right? These are the people that are going through their program first. And and in this scenario, what we teach, the program is not built out in advance. So it is built intuitively as you go. And this is a huge difference. And it requires a few things. It requires that you ultimately trust that what you're creating is coming from soul, right? You're creating from soul. Yeah. This is number one thing that has to happen. You have to be creating from soul for this to work, not your ego. Creating from soul, not your ego, and birthing something into the world that is tethered to your heart.
Yeah.
Not because you think it's what somebody needs, not because you're testing the market and you're trying to see if you have market fit and you're letting people come through and you're tweaking it based on what you think they need. That's not how Sacred Leader Academy was birthed, and that's not how our clients, and this isn't to say you don't take into account people's feedback, you do, but you take it into account as you intuitively build out your program. But the idea, the conception, the framework, the blueprint of your program is already mapped out from your soul, like coming through with what you want to create. Then you start to move through the program with your founding members, and the beauty of building it out as you go is you have that intuition drop in as you work with your founding members, so then you can tweak it as you go. And when you do this in that way, at the end of the day, when you're done building out your program with your founding members, you have tweaked it intuitively as you go. You have a magnetic, irresistible match to what your soulmate clients are looking for. And they actually were your soulmate clients that you were getting feedback from because they invested the full amount. They have the skin in the game. They have the level of self-responsibility to do the work and give you the feedback that you would want from your ideal client, not somebody that is your Aunt Sally who wants to take the program, or someone else that you want to give it away to for free, or someone else that you're gifting it to for $100 or $200 or this or that. Does that make sense?
I love this. It makes hella sense. And to be honest, like, let's break this down for a hot second. I can totally see, like, as a business standpoint, as a marketing standpoint, as, a strategy to do, I can totally see why you asked, why you can't blow your mind, why people do that. I can totally see why people do that. At first glance, I think it can make sense. It can, touch your ego. It can feel safe, right? It can feel safe. But if you resonate with Divine Femme, if you are a spiritual soulpreneur where you are just, it's a different game, right? The biggest thing that gives me full body chills is it comes down to the trust. When you know in your soul that there is something waiting to be birthed through you, your message, your business, right? Your soul business, that's a whole different energetic game. And it works. It's so funny because it's not maybe as tangible, but it's so much more rewarding. It's literally walking in blind fucking faith, which is incredible. And when you can do that and you can master that, with the skills we give you in SLA and just being around other people that are doing that, it's amazing. I think the resilience you can get too. So you, like, if you had a choice, right? Play it safe and waste time, waste money doing this beta, or dive full in, and maybe you do fail, but like you catapult, you quantum leap 10 steps forward where you can just you can build as you grow. You can intuitively build as you grow and make money as you grow, as you build it down the road, or as you tweak and turn it. Like, which option would you love? If you're going to have a business, go full in, trust yourself. But it really comes down to that literally walking in blind faith. And when you are creating on, again, like soulpreneurs, spiritualpreneurs, you know, like your message, your business is so sacred. It's so special. It's not like other businesses. So why would you do a business like other businesses, AKA a beta testing? You wouldn't. That's why I love an SLA. You do a whole different ballgame. It's intuitive building. It's a no build intuitive strategy, which again, it's so, you know what, we talk about this word freedom in Divine Femme a lot. It's freeing. You're tapped into your heart, your soul. You're tapped into source. You're tapped into a different energy than kind of going through the strategy and the motions and the business to-dos, which there are to-dos still in spiritual business. But it's a much more expansive, freeing, like we use the word magical a lot too, where these people, like I have children now, these, like, you know, you have these clients that come in out of nowhere. You have these miraculous blessings that happen, you know, because you are working with a different strategy. It's the no beta strategy. It's the intuitive build as you go strategy, because when you're tapped into that, it's so much more fulfilling. And I'm going to call it, like we've been talking about this for a hot minute too. You know, a lot of people that are waking up in this world, we're starting to realize there's a new exchange of money and services where it's a heart-to-heart exchange. And we're literally I have chills again. We're bringing so much good energy around abundance, around receiving, around money, because especially for who we work with, you are enough. Like your service, that's what you're exchanging, your soul, your energy, like you are the service. But when you can tap into how powerful that is and how unlimiting that is, like how unlimited that is, how creative, how freeing, how expansive, how connecting. Like even last night on our Zoom call, like just it's so tribal, it's so community, it's so magnetic and like magical. And to me, that's just hella more fun than doing the normal business, which is why we don't do the normal business. You know, we do the soul business, the spiritual business, which is a whole different game. But that big thing that kept on coming up for me was, I mean, it literally, you either decide to walk in fear and safety, or you decide to full blown walk in faith and trust. And you're not attached to how it plays out, because like real talk, let's be real, you may fail forward, which is great because you build up that resistance, but you can still make money and you can still have your soulmate clients. Like Sarah was saying, like tap into that for 1 second. Can we understand the power of when you are working and calling in soulmate clients? When Sarah said, like, you do a beta test for a significantly amount less than what you know it's worth, and you know in your soul, you guys are intuitive. If you work with us, like, you are intuitive people. Soulpreneurs are intuitive people. So you know the price came to you. You know your program is worth it. You know it feels aligned. So why are you cutting yourself short? It's total lack of trust in yourself, which is okay. That's great to be aware of. We can easily fix that. But it comes down to just decide, are you going to be safe? Are you going to play full out and walk in faith? Walk in fear
Yeah.
or walk in faith?
Yeah, that's so good. And you know, when you're building out your program, if you yeah, this is so good. If you're actually opening up your, you know, we know that you're channeling, you're able to receive, you're opening up that high priestess energy, and you're allowing this to come through. Literally what you create, your soulmate clients will almost repeat back your sales page and your program to you, because you allowed it to come through. There's so many reasons why you may decide, and Vanessa hit it right on the head, is that you'll do this like low cost beta program for it's a lack of trust and a lack of faith of whether or not you have market fit. The one thing I wanted to touch on was that you said maybe you'll fail, and I really want to elaborate on this for a second, because you cannot fail at this. You cannot fail at this.
So good, girl.
You cannot fail at this, especially with the no build intuitive build style, because guess what? The way we teach it in Sacred Leader Academy is, until you have a founding member, you don't have a founding member. But once you prove market fit, then it's a go. Then you get the green light. Then the intuitive no build style program is on a roll, and you start rolling it out with your founding members. But until you have your founding member, you are still in the process of tweaking your messaging, aligning your energy, getting into alignment with your price point, clearing any fears of sales you're receiving, and all the other things that are keeping you from the sale, and
Mhm.
probably from prostituting your price and cutting yourself so short by offering some free beta program or low cost beta program to someone that's not even going to be a good fit. So these are the reasons a lot of times, like strategically, like Vanessa said, it could make sense to run a beta program, but I'm going to call bullshit on that because I see it every single day where people show up and, well, I think I'll just do a beta program and I'll just give it to Aunt Sally and my boyfriend and I'll charge $100 for this person and I'll get as many people through this and I'll build it out in advance. And then we'll see if it's a fit and we'll tweak it and blah, 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 basing all of your feedback off of people that don't care about your program when you could just go all in,
Mhm.
put all the chips on the table and
Mhm.
trust what wants to come through. Build out your blueprint. This is why we do the VOT blueprint in Sacred Leader Academy. So you know the
Mhm.
blueprint of your program, right? And you
Mhm.
can get started with that with your founding members that pay not a fraction of what it is that what your program costs, full price. And they come in at $3, $4, $5,000, which is whatever the price of your program is, like our clients are creating. And then you get the feedback. So
Mhm.
you can't fail at this because it's just a process. It's not even something that you can fail at.
Yes.
You
So good.
cannot fail at creating what God wants to create through you.
Mm.
Period. Done. End of story. If you have something that's being birthed through you that you are passionate about, that you know that wants to come through you, not because you're looking out into the world at the peanut gallery and everybody's opinion on what you should be creating. And that's the worst
Mhm.
thing you can do. That's the worst thing you can do when you're creating. That's why you got to put your blinders up and you got to go inward. That's the worst thing you can do. And the second worst thing you can do is get all the opinions of your beta testers that don't have any skin in the game or care about your program. But
Ooh.
side note, you can't fail at this.
Ugh.
There will be a process. There may
Mhm.
be challenges. There may be struggles. There may be tweaking. There may be pivots. There may be a lot of things. But if God has something to birth through you, your intuition is speaking to you, and that's
Mhm.
how you know. When you can fully trust and surrender to that, that's what will come through. And can you trust that that is what you are meant to be bringing through at this particular time, space,
Mhm.
moment in this particular reality that you're
Mhm.
in? Yeah, like it
Mm.
could change a year from now or 2 years from now or 3 years from now. You may have to pivot again. I've had to do that. We did that with Divine Femme. We had to bring it back into alignment. We had to pivot again
Mhm.
many,
Mhm.
many times, many, many times. So yes, you're going to have learning curves. Yes, you're going to have a process. You're going to have cycles. You're going to have ebbs and flows. You're going to have, which you could count as a failure, but they're not failures. It's a process.
Mm.
You you have to be so unwaveringly faithful to what is speaking to your heart that wants to come from your soul
Mhm.
and remove all other bullshit from your view and go inward and
Yeah.
create from that place. And the byproduct of that will be the most magnetic, irresistible thing on the planet for the particular person that you are calling in, AKA your soulmate clients, that
Mhm.
need whatever it is your gift or your magic is that you're sharing with the world. That's it. You don't,
Mm.
none of,
Mm.
it's so
So
good.
it's so good. It's so powerful, and I it's so fun. I love you, girl. Just to talk about, be real about it. I love how you're like, maybe there'll be struggles. Yeah, there will be struggles. Maybe there'll be pivots. Yeah, there will be. There'll be lots of pivots.
Yeah,
But
lots
like,
of pivots.
yeah, lots of it. So like, we're not beating around the bush about that. And I actually think it's the power gets taken away from it when you can admit, like, yeah, there's going to be struggles. Cool, but your commitment and your knowing, like, this is what is like a little bit challenging for me. You know when you know, like, so we can put all the words to it, but like, people that align with a spiritual business or people that align with a soul business, I hope I'm still on for Instagram. There we go. So like, you can put so many words to it. I don't even know if I cut off. Am I still here?
No, you are. I cut out because I had a phone
Oh,
call. I don't
dang.
know why. I don't know why that
Ooh,
happened.
who's calling you, girl?
Spam.
Dude, they're so sneaking out. Anyway, sidetrack. No, we're gonna close this out beautifully because this was so powerful. I think, again, It's a different ball game when you are like when you're a spiritual entrepreneur, when you know there is something so impactful you have waiting to be created through your soul. It's a different ball game, and it really comes down to walking in, playing safe, walking in fear, or walking in faith. And again, why cut yourself short? Like, even just venture out and fucking try. Like, try. You know, like, what am I trying to say? I just lost it. It'll come back.
No, it'll come. Let's
It'll
just
come
fix
back.
our. It'll come
Let's
back.
just fix our hair and like it'll
Let's
just
just
come back.
it'll
No, I
come
was
back.
gonna say, I just had it. It's fun to bring a new spin on this because I think there's like Sarah and I talk about this a lot, where how an online business really is simple. You don't need that much overhead. You don't need that much support. You need your soul and you need your freaking phone. Like, it really can be that simple. And we are the ones that, with our mind, which is why I love the mindset work, and taking in the advice and the influence from everyone and their freaking goldfish, instead of literally, if you align with us and you want to work with us, cool. Pick someone, align and follow through and stick to, and like listen to your soul, go within your soul. I think we are the ones that make it so complicated. So I don't know if that was what I was going to say before, but this is just a fun day. I'm excited because I know a lot of people are waking up to realizing that they're done playing, or they're done hiding being someone their mom thought they had to be, or they're ready to share their message. And that, I want to celebrate the people that, you're ready to step up, share your message. It's a bold, courageous, fun, incredible thing to do. And there's just easier ways to get your message out there and generate abundance and receive, which is part of that Empress energy, which is what we talk about. And that's all part of Divine Femme, which is where the world is going. And in that movement, in this awakening, I just get excited. I say this all the time. You guys hear me say it. Like, there truly is no competition because there's so much creativity to be had and be expressed. Like, Source wants to create and express in billions of ways. Like, look at the people in this world. Source took himself and put, like, this is a side note, but like, express himself through the billions of people in this world, right? So don't you think there's so many ways that Source wants to create more through your message and through your soul business? Like, absolutely. Absolutely. So that gets me excited, and that should get you excited for sure. And we are so pumped if you align, just to expand more with you and really help you get there today if you're ready, which we know you are, which is great.
It's so interesting. It's such a process when you are creating from ego versus creating from soul, and the results that are byproduct, or lack thereof results that are a byproduct of that, especially if you're coming into alignment with what your soul is calling you to do. So this doesn't resonate with your average entrepreneur. We get that. But if this does resonate with you and you want to dive deeper with us, you have a couple of options. Sacred Leader Academy is our business academy, where you do get started with our four-step process to rapid sales, where you do intuitively build as you go. You go to sales first, you get market fit, you charge full price, you create from soul, you create from source, you create from alignment. And there's plenty of strategy in that program to help you hit your first 10K month, but it's also so much energy activation and alignment. We really help you also come into your Empress energy, which is a huge part of how so many spiritual entrepreneurs are blocking their receiving and their soulmate clients, and the abundance and the prosperity and everything that is a byproduct of you showing up and giving energy into the world. If you put energy out into the world, it's going to come back to you. But if you're blocking it, then you're breaking that cycle of receiving and giving. Giving and receiving go hand in hand. They're opposite sides of the same coin, you guys. And if that feminine energy in you is blocked and you're not open to receiving, you may notice this in other areas of your life, but it's also going to be playing out in your spiritual business with what you're receiving. Your spiritual business is going to be a reflection of you and what's going on. And you'll probably see patterns that overlap in other areas of your life as well. So that's the Business Academy. It's, everything under the sun: mindset, strategy, energetics, alignment, and everything that you need to go from scratch to thriving in your business without all of the heavy lifting that so many other coaches will have you do. So it's going to get you to that next level in your business, where now you can be like, okay, how do I want to grow from here? How do I want to invest from here? Do I want to turn on ads? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? You're going to get to decide. But what we teach you in Sacred Leader Academy doesn't require expensive ads. It doesn't require you building out your program in advance. It doesn't require that you have any stressful launch process. It doesn't require that you have a large email list. It doesn't require that you have a large social media following or any of that. So if that's interesting to you, DM us ABC or check the link in the show notes or wherever you're watching or listening to this, and you can watch our free masterclass. This is where you will get to learn a little bit more about our method that we use and that our clients are using for success in their spiritual business. And if that resonates with you, then there's going to be an opportunity to book a free impact assessment where I personally will sit down with you and help you close the gaps in your business.
That's huge. Sarah personally sits
Yeah.
down with, that's huge. Actually, Queen Sarah. Yes. Love it.
Those are super fun, so fun and so intensive. So yes, but if you're at the stage where you really want to dive into the energetics around sales and receiving, opening to receive, really closing out those patterns and cycles of toxic feminine and masculine energies within. So if you're the overthinking, the over controlling, the overcompensating, the creating from ego, the force versus the trust, like all of it, you really want to sink in and create something that's magnetic and become irresistible to your soulmate clients, and you just want to dive into the energy, full embodiment of that. That's actually module 5 of Sacred Leader Academy, but we've taken that out and extended it into a special immersion called Embody the Empress. And you can get that live with us in Scottsdale, or there's a virtual option. So if you want access to that, DM us Empress, and we'll get you the link for that. You can join us from anywhere around the world, or you can tune in, or you can come join us live in Scottsdale. So I think that's about it right before the weekend.
I love it. Celebrating you leaders. Great work. Great work, leaders. Yeah, this was so good. Love you guys.
Happy Mother's Day in advance for everybody that's a mom out there, including fellow fur moms.
Yes, happy Mom's Day, you guys. Oh my God, I love moms. Hardest job out there. If you're a mom, cheers to you, mamas. Wow.
Yeah. Namaste, everybody. Have a good weekend. Reach out to us if you have any questions.
All right, love you, girl. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.